So a few years ago, my wife is in the medical profession, and she was studying to be a nurse practitioner. And so we were living in Memphis, Tennessee, and she was in school getting her master's degree, studying to be a nurse practitioner. And, really, I don't understand how my wife, we look back on it, I don't understand how she did all the things she did with 3 children, at one point homeschooling them, working and in school. But she did. So shout out to her. She's a hero. But here's what's so crazy. At one point in her last year or last few semesters, she had to go almost full-time into school, so she had to stop working. And so you go from 2 incomes down to 1, but your children's appetites don't cut in half, right? Their need for clothes does not reduce, right? They grow, and so we're trying to manage money with 1 income instead of 2. And so we've tightened everything, we've cut all our expenses, and we're down to just making it work. And so she graduates, we celebrate, she has to take her boards, she passes her boards, and she's looking for a job, and it takes her a little while, and finally, church, she gets a job. Amen. Come on now, y'all know how to get happy. She gets a job. So listen, we all are excited in the house. All of us are excited. The children are excited. We can stop eating rice and beans and rice. I mean, we can start doing some stuff. All of our fun can't just be going to the park. Now, we can do some stuff. So everybody's excited. And in the new job, she gets, they put you on direct deposit. But how many know that sometimes direct deposit doesn't hit right away? All right? You got to wait a little while, and they send you a check for the first one. So it's like you miss a week, then the first cycle. So it's like it's three weeks now we're getting a check for. 3 weeks, this check. And she'll tell you the check took a little while. We're calling the people, where is this check? Because all of us are like, where is this check? Everybody's checking the mail. When the mail comes, a lot of times you just leave it alone. There's some bills, but we're looking. So the check comes. And one evening, the check is there, and we're sitting on the bed, her and I, just kind of going through some bills, making a plan for the next day. And she says, tomorrow, you take the check to the bank and you put it in. Of course. So I'm paying some bills, and I have this rule that when I pay a bill, I don't ever want to mistakenly pay this bill again. So when I pay my bills, I tear them up, into really small pieces. I just tear my bills up. I do that because I don't want to pay you again. Those people aren't honest. They're not going to send me my money back. They'll just hold on to it. So I pay the bills, and the next day, I get up, and I'm looking for the check, and I can't find it. So I'm looking, I can't find it. So what do? I call my wife. I said, hey, did you take the check to the bank that I was supposed to take to the bank? She said, no, I didn't take this check to the bank. The last place I saw it was on the bed when you were paying the bills. And then I got that feeling you just got. So I went out to the recycling to look in there to see if peradventure, this check would be there. So I looked, and I found pieces, and I'm trying to find, here's this end, where's this end, and we bring it in there, and it's me and the kids now. We laid it out, and I think we found it, because 32 pieces, you got to find it all and line it up. You got the corners, you got, that's a signature, so we get it. And then we did some plastic surgery, putting some tape on that thing. Yes, sir. Yeah. And then my kids and I did something that we don't usually do for checks. We all knelt down and laid our hands on this check. There's some prayers you pray standing up. It's like, kneel, everyone kneel. We gonna pray in a circle. Because here's my question. I wonder if after spending a night in trash, all bent, all torn, if they'll find value in this check. I wonder if anyone will see value in this check. And so we pray over it, and then I get ready to go to the bank. But usually, as a pastor, I was pastoring then. You go to the bank any old way. Pastor Edmonds, I went in a suit. Because I needed them to understand I was a man of God, okay? Man of God. So I put on a suit, I go to the bank, no drive-through this time, I walk inside. As I walk inside with my tattered check, I look around for a brother. Because I figure I need somebody who can understand me. So I find a brother, I say, hey man, come over here. I said, I got this check here that, was torn up. Not but was torn up. And this is the next words I said to him. I said, I'm sure you've seen this before. And he says to me, I've never seen this before. I say to him, do you think there's a chance they can cash this check? Now, we could get another check, but it'll take weeks, take some time. My son's tuition was due. We stuff to do, and we needed it. And I wondered, will they find value in this check?
I hear you.
So he took the check, and he goes in the back, and I'm sitting out there, and I'm waiting. And I'm praying the prayer that you pray sometimes. When you look at your life, and you think, after all the mistakes I've made, and after all the things I've done, and after all the addictions I have, and the challenges and the mistakes I've made, will God find value in my life? Just wondering, will they find value with this check? I mean, it's been torn. I don't know if anyone will give it any credit. And you wonder that at times. Will God find value in my life? After all I've been through. And I sat there for what seemed like it just felt so long. And he didn't come back out. Someone else came out. And they brought a deposit slip. So here, sir, is your deposit slip. Now, I don't know if you understand a deposit slip. They didn't bring my check back to me. They brought something else that showed me that in my bank account, they are giving me the value of that check because there's a signature on there that shows them that there are funds to cover what's on this check. And don't you understand that the God of heaven still sees value in you because on your life there is a sign that says, then in heaven's bank, there's blood that covers you and that finds value in you, and God still sees value in your life. I don't care how bad you've messed up. I don't care what you did last night. I don't care the things that you're even imagining to do. God still sees value in you. Torn up, messed up. I don't care what's been covering your life. He sees value in you. Maybe there's somebody today that your question is, God, I don't know if you'll find value in me. God sent me by here to tell you that even when you've done less and you've done nothing, God looks at you as priceless, and he's given everything for you. I don't know who's here today. And I don't know your story, but I know there's somebody today who you can relate to that check because you felt that way. And with your heads bowed, your eyes are closed, maybe today God is calling you to acknowledge, to accept, and to receive grace.